How to repair a Cat Pumps Model 310 with low pressure.
We know we have a seal problem because we have smooth, low pressure, as opposed to an air leak or a bad valve, which would cause pulsation and low pressure. This should be reading 1500. We've also got some water coming out of the underneath of this pump. First we got to kill the power and the water. Gotta release the pressure. I'm gonna remove all the stuff from the pump so I can take this off. Now we're going to take an 8mm hex key to get this bolt and this bolt out. Flathead screwdriver, gently move it out and remove. These seals look a little tired. Yeah, they're not supposed to look like this. You want to inspect the ceramic for any cracks or defects or discoloration. Yeah. These little guys hold the wicks. These are for wicking up oil. Right now they're just wicking up water. I'm going to replace these with some nice fresh ones. You're going to want to put this thing inside of a vise. This is a special tool Cat makes for 1/2-inch drive stuff, just to get into that slot shape. If you don't have one of these, a piece of steel that's like 3/16 across this will give you leverage. Just be careful because this is brass. You're going to want to inspect these for wear. This is supposed to be smooth, not really so much. There's an inside set of seals that, when they're worn, start to crack, and you can see those right there definitely need to be replaced. Reverse pliers. We'll take a magnet to get all those fragments out of there. Yeah, these are supposed to be black. I don't even know what happened to these. I've never seen that before. Make sure there's no pieces like that little guy right there. That'll get caught into a valve pretty easily and cause some pulsation. You don't want that. Seal kit. The seals that fall out of the bag loosely are the ones that go in first. Yeah, this is what they're supposed to look like. And take these and seat them so that this little slot is facing down in toward the pump. They're not gonna go in too easy. You're gonna have to put like a little socket in there, some sort of seating tool. This is a packing tool. Any socket shaped almost like object would work. Yeah, just put it in here and gentle. That's what it looks like when seated. That's what it looks like before. Yeah, that's what the packing tool does. Sticks it in the hole. Tap around the perimeter. What do you think? Look at that. We're definitely replacing the old ones. Kit comes with a set of big O-rings. The big O-rings go right over like this. Don't put them on from the threaded side or you cut them. There's a gasket compound called Hylomar, which is pretty useful. Helps seal up any gaps in a worn out pump. I don't have any with me though. Not a ton of hours on this thing though, so we should be okay. There's a perfect amount of Newton meters that you can squeeze these down to, but I just snug them up. Don't use your breaker bar to snug these down. The seals that are bundled up like this go in last. Just stick them in there. Seals installed. While I got this thing in here, I'm gonna take a look at the valves. 15/16 socket, do the trick. I like to use a pair of needle nose for this. Oh no, it fell right out. It's a bad sign. So there's supposed to be O-rings on these, and some of them they're just missing. And sometimes these just fall off and get blown out the nozzle. Anyway, we got more of these. We'll throw them in. There we go. Stick them in the hole. Snug them down just a little bit. Oh yeah, nice fresh valves. Close them up. These are the high pressure valves. We're also gonna look at the low pressure side. This pump has been run hard, man. I'm gonna look for any damage like this right here. Make sure you get any of the little pieces that were missing from other pieces. Don't want any stuff floating around in there when you put it back together. Valve kit number 2. Valve kits also come with these little O-rings. They go on here. I always throw all these O-rings away so you don't put them back on by accident. That's the Newton meter right there. Voila! We have pump head rebuild. Seal kits also come with these. Seal retainers is what these are called. Just pop these open like that. Stick this in here. Put them back together. It's this shape here that holds these seals in place while it's all put together. Use a 12mm socket to get inside these guys right here. Gentle, very gentle. Looking for any signs of leakage. Don't forget to put these back in. Sort of sleeve in there. You want to make sure this fits into that space like this. You put that pump back on if this isn't inside there. Don't crack them. Don't forget to put the little oil bath back in. Won't go on very easy once the pump head's in place. Time to put this back on. Oh yeah, wiggle it. Once you press it on nice and level, you can start to use these to draw it on slowly. It's very hard to get this back on, you know? Make sure you don't tighten one side too much more on the other, or else you'll crack your ceramic triplex plungers. You want to make sure this gap here stays relatively level. Keep alternating your tightening to keep it kind of straight on. Next, we're going to change the oil because it looks a little milky. Just a little milky. Oh, prototype wipe down this whole thing. That's fresh. Wipes are like kind of addictive. I just keep cleaning everything. Use only cat pump oil. Any other type of oil will not be good. Just dump the whole thing in there. It's designed for it. Still going. Reassemble. Ah! Look at that. Boy, this thing looks fresh after I wipe down from these little wipes. My hand's nice and clean too. A lot of that aloe stuff that we got in there. Get about 1,400. Not too bad, not too bad. Turn yourself off, machine. I'm gonna throw a few more drops of oil in here just to set this thing on a good course, and then we're good to go. Well, those wipes did a fantastic job cleaning up all the mess I made. And that's how you fix a cat pump.